Welcome everyone, and we got a really exciting match today. Like SEM Sun Clan, sign me up for this. I'm HeyZZy. Just one moment, I actually forgot to join the booth. You cannot see me now, but well, now you can. Hello, and hopefully everyone is doing well. We have a lot of really good matches today, and well, yeah, we have this one. And we're just gonna wait for the starters to be ready soon enough. So the starters are HeyZZy and HeyMatchCarp. And let's just get right into it. I'll enable the game sound after, guys, don't worry. Alright, May Valentine Zuzu. Okay, I'm not calling her Zuzu. She's Yuzu, guys. Calmat. Damn. HeyZZy is based. Alrighty. So, Harvey Signing Ground and 30 cards Yuzu deck. I think we do have an idea on what that could possibly be. Alright, Big Tonkin. HeyZZy, I believe, only played in last week as of like this season. But while he did go 0-2, I think he played like Melodious and Harpies last round, or rather Melodious. I'm not sure. Gonna have to check the report, but this time around maybe we can see a similar pair. While Magikarp is a frequent player from Sun Clan, and last week, did he play last week? He did not. He did play the other week though, so like week 6. Any Fire Kings in the chat? Magikarp is proficient with that. But there we see the Harpist summon.
HeyZZy as lame.
Thank you for the sub. 33 months supporting Teamworks right there, and Borq for that lame. Feels sad, man. Okay. Skill Prisoner being activated on the face down monster. So the way Skill Prisoner works here is that if the monster is still face down, like as it is right now, Cyber Slash should not be able to, you know, successfully return the monster. But someone please correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, he's thinking about it, Magikarp. What could he do here? But I think he just let this resolve and, you know, proceed with your turn. Just Soul's Nest into your Channeler if you have it, because there was a big delay here, and you know, yeah, there you go. Any swallowers in the chat? I mean, any mask changers in the chat? There we go. Mask changing into the Channeler with the effect live. That's actually gonna be pretty good for him. This does mean that he can just, you know, return the Oracle, the Perfumer, and the Channeler with the Feather Rest, and have that live effect for the Harpist. Oh, goes for Ego. I mean, you could just go for a game here, right? Or attempt to at least, but you still have to take care of a potential hand trap if it is Melodious. I mean, Melodious is like the only deck running Skill Prisoner, so this gotta be it, right? Alright, Synchro Summoning into the Cyber Slash. Does he have another Oracle though? No, but he did have the Feather Rest. That does explain the, you know, addition of the Egoist. But now we are hoping to draw into, you know, Swallows into Oracle. I believe Swallows and Oracle is like game. It kind of depends on the defense of the monster, I think. Okay, no, nothing, just the solo. I don't even know what this card does. When this card is destroyed by battle, sent to the graveyard, you get a special 1 from the deck. That's actually pretty nice. It's not gonna wall off the Cyber Slash attack, so very good that Magikarp did swing with Lady 1 first. But yeah, Soprano will activate and just add back that fusing material for later of solo. Can be the starter as well, because you can special it. Just a matter of getting a Soprano on the field as well and have it successfully resolved. But one Spark Trap on the side of Magikarp, Cyber Slash on the field. Thankfully there is the Skill Prisoner, so at least he can get through this turn. But Magikarp does have the follow-up. He did add Oracle last turn with the Harpist in the grave. Alright, from Songstress to Maestra. Basically send one Melodious, special one Melodious Maestra, which will be Chopina. Now he does get to add back Soprano. He didn't normal summon yet, so he's clear for a Bloom Diva or a Shuberta here. It is a little concerning that turn 1 he didn't start with much back row. So he's gotta have something more than just that Skill Prisoner, which realistically should be banishing itself this turn. Any more ways to beat the no standby phase? Well, yeah, I guess it's just Stromberg, you know, Mirror Wall, Burning Land, all those, you know, standby phase related costs that, or not even costs, but perhaps negative effects on your own standby, but positive effects on your opponents. I don't know. Just search standby phase in your card collection. Okay, Swallow's Nest, that's fine. It's gonna at least return the Shuberta, or force the Skill Prisoner. But Shuberta will be chain blocking the Cyber Slash, which is actually, you could say, a grave mistake here. Or not a mistake, but you know, there's not much you can do honestly against this type of play. Shuberta just is incredible for denying that Cyber Slash bounce effect. And 2 back row as well to supplement this turn. I think Redwire has this under control. By the way, guys, Redwire is streaming himself right now, so it's an experience. I'm curious what he would be casting, what his casting would be like, but you know, I don't understand Chinese, so you know, if you are Chinese and you wanna check out Redwire's stream in Chinese of this game, you can do so at the link in the live matches. Alright, Chandler that we already had in the hand. We know he has an Oracle in hand, so it's fodder. Preemptively does the Skill Prisoner for the Shuberta. Oh, okay. I meant to say preemptively, but it was just to activate that, or rather to be able to activate that TTH. Because there were 2 Soul's Nests already used, well, that TTH surely is gonna have both targets to destroy, and it does exactly that. Magikarp forced set just to. Imagine missing out on HeyZZy cast. Couldn't be me. Oh yeah. Alright, there we see once again Solo. He did seem to have started with a couple solos, but that is, you know, the virtues of running a 30 card deck. Alright, Hysteric Party. This card's the Perfumer. Oh! No way, bro. I kept that MST. Literally negates the Historic Party and swings for game. Let's go. Redwire takes the first game in a really cool fashion, not gonna lie. Magikarp, unfortunate there, but you know, I guess not much you can do in that situation. As soon as that Shuberta came on the board and you only had that 1 back row alongside the skill prisoner, there's just not much that you can utilize in order to play through that. Okay, and we do have news of a repeat. So yeah, we will be having once again a Harpy up against Melodious matchup. So let's go. We're gonna take a look soon after, depending if this game closes out 2-0 for HeyZZy, or at the very least 2-1 for either player. We'll take a slight look at what this match means in the grand scheme of things, because we did start with week 8, as in the new, groups. Magikarp just a set 2 pass. It is a little concerning. MST right up the path. Okay. Got one hit onto the dead historic party. Come on, bro. You cannot do him like that. Do you have solo? Oh my god, you have solo too. Alright, dude. I guess that's kind of a game, right? You just summon literally any Melodious monster. Okay, dude. Yeah. That was... It's just kind of sad to watch, Yeah, not much I can say there. Just unfortunate. Magikarp. No Harpy, no nothing, and HeyZZy just starting with 2 MST, by the way. 29 cards. And, the repeat as well. The game literally ending soon as it started. It's just... you want to feel bad for Sunclan, and you would be correct. But yeah, let's take a look at the graphics I was mentioning earlier. So this is one of the feature matches for this week. On the left side, Sunclan, on the right side, Supreme European Monarchs, SEM. Let's take a look at their season 9 record. So both of the teams have made playoffs in the 9th season. Both on that cutoff at like between 12th, between 7th, 6th, that kind of record, 6 and 4. Is a playoffs not guaranteeing record though, but yeah, currently they're both 4 and 3, and they desperately need this win, honestly, because you want 2 wins in this group, and the best performing team within this group is Pharaohs, who's currently 7 and 0. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard. Sunclan's last season did end up with them being top 8, winning over Sensei, but I don't recall who did they lost to. But Supreme European Monarchs as well, having lost in top 12 to SGL. We'll take a look at it afterwards. So for now we have Minato joining us. And once again we see My Valentine with the Pikachu mat. Damn. Well, nothing that can compare to the cow mat and the cow sleeves. HeyZZy is the most based person in this room, and he just passes. Okay. That's concerning, because, I don't recall any I guess Konami giveth, Konami taketh. Like, you completely sacked Magikarp in the previous duel, and now you have no plays. But okay, I was gonna say maybe Minato also has no plays, but Chandler, GG's in the chat. But yeah, I guess we're moving to game 4 pretty soon. Let's go, Chandler. Get discarding. Welcome everyone. This is one of the 3 games going down at this moment. We also have Duel Links Taiwan versus Hashtag. a 5 and 2 versus a 3 and 4. We have Sensei versus Garuda, which is also going on 6 and 1 up against 1 and 6. But we also have this one, which, you know, you gotta stay here to watch. But yeah, back to the game. Well, Minato's just doing Minato things. You know, completely opening the challenger, getting that Cyber Slash out. Icarus, there's really nothing you can worry in this at this moment. All right. I just noticed actually that this background music isn't quite nice, so I'm gonna have to change it to the Arc 5 one. Oh yeah. Which decks did Melodious beat? Yeah, they did beat Harpies. It was a repeat. And the first game, you know, was a little back and forth, you could say. Red-White didn't, you know, initially have the best of turns, but did manage to climb it back. And has, as for a second duel, well, you know, Minato setting 2, Red-White opening 2 MST in 29 cards. And, you know, history is written right there. Alright, Red-White onto Harpies himself. Minato is going first, though. (29 versus 23). Let's have the challenger. He could also opt for just destroying the Harpies hunting ground of his opponents, and, you know, set 3 if that is a valid option when you don't have a Harpy card in hand. Obviously very risky, you know, also going first against 5 cards. You know, you don't ever know if they open Soul's Nest or something. Minato has been thinking the last game as well. Maybe which card he intends to discard with the challenger, but maybe he's just discussing additional plays as well. Like, you know, he could have started with the Egotist, and he could be thinking maybe I could, you know, go into Patriarch right now with just the Egotist if I don't have a Harpy card in hand. But yeah, let's see how that goes. Has the Perfumer straight out of the deck. Let's go, Cyber Slash. How many sets do we have? Alright, we also have the Egotist, so because he did activate Egotist, that's probably safe to assume he also has he does have a Soul's Nest in hand, perhaps this card, or he just, you know, intends to not draw into a Cyber Harpy Lady with his Feather Rest. Oracle could be pretty useful here. He does have all 3 targets that he could be adding with that. But I suppose the back row is the highest priority here. Well, we'll just see and wait how that goes. He's thinking about it. Hopefully nothing in regards to timer, you know, is activated. Gosh. I meant to say, you know, to still be plentiful. Chandler himself from HeyZZy. It's a good start, but there are two potential disruptions that he has to deal with. This is where you're really hoping for a Soul's Nest, especially if you do get to bait out Cyber Slash's effect. But yeah, this is where Minato has to do something right? Question mark? Successfully resolves the Chandler effect. HeyZZy here could be adding an Egoist if need be, but I suppose Minato has drawn into a TTH. That's the only scenario I'm seeing this being. You know, doesn't make much sense, you know, to also disrupt on summon, because there is that Soul's Nest fear. So I suppose you do want to wait, especially if you have TTH, obviously. Egoist being activated. Now he is really playing into a TTH, HeyZZy. But do you have any other choice? When the regular time for matches returns. So in Europe and non-NA, non-SA, well, I'm not sure if SA practices it, but there's basically two changes, right? One for Europe, which is in this next Sunday on 31st, and one for NA will be on the 7th. So on the night, I believe between 6th to 7th, we will be returning to EST once again. And Europe will be having, you know, a little hard time trying to adjust, because there will be a difference of 1 less hour between EDT and whatever time zone you're in. So if you're from UK, for example, right now the difference is of like 5 hours. Well, it's gonna be 4 hours. Yeah, 6 to 7th, I believe. Alright, number 18 coming to the field, attempting to resolve, but there is that finish chain to Patriarch's effect. And now Cyber Slash can also return the Chandler to the hand. Not the Patriarch, hopefully. But there is that Soul's Nest we were talking about. Successfully resolves the chain. Specials. Oh, Glyph! No way! Oh, he's gonna get rid of that chain. And now Heraldry. Heraldry is still active. Oh, it successfully resolves. Now he can get rid of that last Cyber Harpy Lady. And who knows if he has another. Is it lethal with another? No, he needs 2100. He would have to have 2 more Soul's Nests to, you know, get lethal, but damn, what a play there. Minato, just with 3 cards. Not a whole lot of follow-up considering Featherest and Egoist were both used. Does have a lot of top decks though, because there's, you know, no Perfumer, no Chandler left in the deck, but hopefully this set card can deal with Patriarch, but considering it didn't deal with it in the previous turn, it's probably safe to assume he cannot deal with that now. Which means one of the cards he top decked or already had in hand has to deal with that. Which in turn means he cannot use Chandler. So it's a lot of stuff right here that we have to take into account. And while Oracle was the card he had held in hand previously, and that's just gonna be it. This looks like game in a lot of ways, a lot of shapes, a lot of forms. And you know, HeyZZy, shout out to him, streaming and playing. Speaking of which, I actually forgot to ping him about the repeat, but should be fine. Being moral, surely he communicated. Cyber Slash, good night, bye. Oracle, back to hand you go. I'm really curious what this last set card is. Because if it's a bluff, what kind of bluff could it be? Egotist is gone, Featherist is in the hand. So, yeah. But yeah, either way, this is game, red white, let's go. Three and 1 as the starter. There's not much else you can ask for really if you're in this position. I'll be waiting for Minato to switch to his second deck imminently. Encoding overloaded, what happened here? Nothing. Thanks OBS for telling me that I'm lagging when I'm actually not. Alright, Minato is back. And we'll be going. Let's go. Ooh, my Valentine once again. Alright. Okay, this version is 21 cards. The previous one was 20 cards. I'm curious to see... Is this Tramid? It would be a weird pair of Harpies and Tramid. But yeah, Oracle, normal summon for red Y. 1, 2. Not the 3 sets that we were hoping for, but 2 is still decent. Probably an indicator he didn't have another Harpy in hand perhaps for Soul's Nest into Chandler, but going first Soul's Nest into Chandler it's kind of weird if you don't have really good back row like DTH. Minato at least didn't start with that Chandler, but still has a way to access the Synchro with the Egotist. Let's see. There's the Egotist. So he does intend to go for a Synchro early on. Because it was only the Perfumer though, it's not gonna have access to Featherist anytime soon. I'm curious to see if he does have an Oracle himself, Minato, here. Could help a lot. I'm not even sure if we could get to Oracle though. Red Y has been thinking about either activating one of the set spells or traps, or perhaps Minato you know, it's his turn. He has to think about the plays he's doing. in these moments, I'm really curious to see what Red Y is thinking. Like, I don't even know how his stream looks like currently, so I don't know if his hand is revealed or he sets or whatever. But yeah, Book of Moon immediately onto the Cyber Slash. Cyber Slash surely should be returning the Oracle or not. I mean, that's a very fair play actually, because you probably don't want to return Oracle unless you have game. And, well, unless he had Soul's Nest in the hand, he didn't look to have game. So that is why he, I guess, successfully let the Bokumun resolve without any bounce. There's the second Bokumun. So both of the Cyber Harpy ladies being face down. Harpy sounding around that we knew he had it from the Oracle. Now to see if he has another Harpy. Any Harpy, especially a channel with a discard fodder. And there it is. It's a Book of Moon for this Harpy lady. Seemingly no delay. At the very least, he has a way to get rid of. Or wait, Cyber Slash. How much defense did he have? 1400. Okay, so it's at 1600. So he's unfortunately unable to get over. Yeah, there's the Oracle that I was expecting last turn, and this just has to be game. It's just GG at this point. If he doesn't have a spell or trap in Minato's hand right now. Let me see. What if he didn't activate Oracle? Cyber Slash could have bounced the face down, and then you could have made Malevolent Sin here. Okay, never. Oh yeah, he did have a normal summon available. All right, so it's it's still game. Don't worry, guys. It is exact lethal even. So yeah, the Red-White's journey does end here, but what a journey it was. 3-2 as the starter, managing to grab important wins and reveal Minato's second deck is always a very good sight to see. Alright, let's go back to the graphics. So, I was mentioning earlier the status of these two teams in their last season, both being 6-4, making the playoffs, SunClan losing in top 8, and SEM losing in top 12. And in their past encounter, actually, in Season 9, SunClan won. I'm actually curious to see that now. SunClan versus SEM. I want to check the report. I think this is like overall the third ever time they face each other. They faced each other in February of 2020. I don't recall which season it was, but it was when both of the teams had their old logo, so probably season 7. But yeah. I don't have the report on hand right now, but surely you guys can check that out. So we saw, for example, Zenzo on the roster of today, and he also was in the previous week's roster, and he did have to earn that Player of the Week accolade. 8-2 against SGL. ACM has not had a great start in the season, but did have a very good recovery, and yeah, Zenzo was a huge contributor to that, and has used Thunder Dragons and Harpies in the previous week. So let's keep an eye on that, because we will be having him actually join the table. So now, Minato up against Zenzo. Let's go. And we do see Yami-Yugi. We know he usually prefers Yami-Yugi for his Thunder Dragon decks. 29 cards. He's also a contributor to that. Free Zenzo. Alright, there's the Thunder Dragon OG activating. Grabs 2 materials. Is this the indication of Melody? Not for now. Solar. Should be sending a Roar, yeah. And passing on one set Power Trap. Yes, we all know what that could be. Alright, turn 1 setup. Chandler right off the top. He's gotta get rid of that 100 Thunders, which will obviously chain. Big delay here. Can mean anything from Book of Moon all the way to Soul's Nest. Solar token effect. It's one more monster to wall off the attacks once either Solar or Dragon Dark returns to the hand. I suppose Roar, because obviously you don't want that float to happen if you're Minato. Alright, and now another thing about Redway. Well, he's now free to stream and cast without the worry of having to play, and well, he did go 3-2, so he did put Zenzo in a position to perhaps succeed. So let's see how this goes. Soul's Nest for the Chandler, no effect. Indication that he does not have any other Harpy card in the hand. Keep in mind that Chandler was top decked. At the very least, he does, you know, have access to Feather Rest with the Cyber Slash. If he has an Egoist in hand. If not, he could just, you know, search the other. That's already kind of reaching. Still though, 5 cards in hand, only 1 Harpy, which was on the field. That must mean you have a couple of cards such as Featherist, such as Egotist. One of them was the Nest. Just add the Egotist, so at least he could go into that Cyber Slash. And there we go. Solar Battery token, okay. Tokens can only exist on the field. That is why you cannot use them for exit summoning materials. Because they then exist inside of the exit monster as a unit, and you know, that's forbidden by Konami standards. Any treasures? Let's see. We know he has 1 OG, which he just used. Roar, Float, can go into that Dark. Can in turn go into something like an Aegis, something like a Tiras, or even Volcasaurus to attempt to remove 2 monsters. But right now Zenzo is baiting for that Book of Moon, for that Treacherous. There's a reason why Minato did choose to sit on 2 monsters rather than a Cyber Slash. New box RPs and Thunder Dragons, yep. For now, who knows what we will be seeing later. Aegis, Keeper of Armageddon. To be floodgated, okay. Minato with the floodgate. Keep in mind his first deck was of 20 cards, Harpies. This one is 21. Right? Or do I not know how to count? 5 with 4 on the field. That's 9. 10. 22 minus the HHG 21. Okay. I know how to do math. I'm not an A. What? Okay, Soul's Nest to beat the top decked card. That's actually very good here. You can go into another Perfumer and grab that Feather Rest, go into that Cyber Slash and you know, draw 2, draw into any normal summon for an attempt to swing for gain, draw into a Soul's Nest in order to Master Change again for another attack. Would be the third though. Still Zenzo. Didn't have any follow-up after that Not like he could have had either way, because he only had lights in the grave. Not even 3 monsters for a potential light only Levianeer summon. But hopefully he does have a hand trap here. I mean, it makes sense for that to be, else he surely could have extended a little more. You know, have a hawk effect, have I don't know. There is the Cyber Slash, turning Mr. Aegis back to the extra deck. Good night, bye. Puts the materials now into the grave for a first action Levianeer summon if Zenzo's turn does come. Swings with Cyber Slash Harpy Lady first. This is a really intriguing play, because if you're Zenzo, do you think you want to, you know, negate this attack? And the answer actually is yes. You do want that. You're not gonna take that because, well, you then have to play around the Soul's Nest. You know, he has used 2. There's always that third one. And speaking of Levianeer of last turn, there he is. Alt art, the pay to lose art, in other words, because this art looks horrible, in my opinion. Why would you ever want to see Levianeer from the bottom? Just see him from an equal footing, you know, because the other art does kind of look like you're looking at him from a straight perspective. Oh, there you go. There's that third Soul's Nest. So it was the right play there to Sphere Kuriboh the Cyber Slash. Proving once again why Zenzo did deserve that Player of the Week award. An expert on that Thunder Dragon deck. Roar. And, well, thanks to Levianeer just getting rid of the Book of Moon of the Soul's Nest, no disruption is imminent, and yeah, this Roar can just swing over the Cyber Slash, or the Thunder Dragon OG can do it, and Roar over the regular Cyber. Now at this point, Minato, not a whole lot of top decks to have. Should be Zenzo's game in the back right here. No TTH as well, because we know he did have Floodgate in the graveyard. Shrine of Battle doesn't even care. There is a delay. Does Zenzo not have anything else to perhaps summon? Because there is still Book of Moon to worry about. Although, you know, doesn't change much the situation of this duel. Minato still in top deck mode, and Oracle doesn't even do anything here, sadly. Yeah, not a whole lot of top decks that can save you in this situation, so Minato will be scooping that one out, and we will be going for the next pair of Sun Clan. Respectable 2-2, attempted to, you know, dig back the situation from that disgusting game 2 from Red White and Magikarp. Once again, guys, welcome to this match. Make sure to click follow if you intend to keep up with the Team Wars games, especially those on the main channel, the featured ones, the best ones that you obviously want to watch. And of course, you also want to follow us on other platforms. Right there, you can see while waiting, check the chat comments or media below. We have the Discord server where we have everything that pertains to this league and much more. So make sure to join that, as the base of operations is located there. Twitter, where we have tweets of the important news that we have going on in the league. A lot of updates, such as the live matches, such as you know, a lot of good stuff. So if you have Twitter, make sure to check that out. And lastly, not least, YouTube, where we have every VOD posted of every match and additional exclusive content in the form of highlights and the podcast of Team Wars Talks as well. Thunders are just as broken as always. Cannot wait to play them in this KC Cup. One could say that. ZENZO didn't have the best of openers, but so did Minato, you know. Chandler alone, no discard, being forced to Soul's Nest. In a lot of cases that shouldn't happen, I think. To be able to start with Chandler, so like any Harpy plus Soul's Nest or Chandler by itself. Couple that with one Harpy card in hand. It is a little unlikely. Wish there was an All Ice Fusion deck. Oh man. There's that All Ice Fusion skill. I got it dropped like a day ago from a random duel, but I read it and I just wonder why Konami would ever make such absolute trash. So you return one All Ice Pendulum Dragon from your Pendulum Scale. From your Pendulum Scale. Not from your extra deck, from your Pendulum Scale. That means, you know, that you didn't want to activate the effect for some reason to search, you know. Literally the effect All Ice Pendulum Dragon is good for. But you also have to return a polymerization, like what? And you get a card that literally behaves like polymerization if they don't have two monsters? I don't know about that one, pal. Meanwhile, they make deck skills such as Songstress and Maestra. But yeah, Yasser coming in on the top right there with Yuzu. Lorios is pretty good against Thunder Giant, so I do expect Yasser to take this one. Obviously, it also depends on ZENZO and how prepared he is. We must not forget, he did go 4-1 with Thunder Giants up against Shadow Games Links in the previous week as the first counter. So, getting 8 wins as the first counter does put your team in a very good position, and he is in that same position right now, being the first counter being sent in this time around with Thunder Giants. Solar by itself, after activating OG, drawing for 2 OGs, milling the Roar, and also activating the Dark. So he has a lot of fodder, but still, Solar alone. We know he has 2 OGs in hand and 1 Dark, so there's only 1 unknown card, and hopefully it's something like a hand trap. There is the skill that I was talking about earlier, you know, Virgin add All Ice Fusion, which is basically polymerization. I hope they do change that skill though, make it so you have to shuffle All Ice Pendulum Dragon from your extra deck, you know, 2D deck. Please not from the Pendulum Scale, for God's sake. Versus Chad from Songstress to Maestra. Alright, Soprano coming down. Soprano is that one part within the choir where, you know, it's the highest voice. Obviously, the female. I believe it is like solo usually. Like, there's only one soprano within a choir. I really don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not a fan of classical music. But yeah, first movement solo. Did special summon the soprano after all. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop talking before I embarrass myself further. Alright, so speaking of Soprano, well, the normal summon went through uninterrupted. We'll be activating the effect. And goes into Bloom Prima. Alright. Okay. I guess you do want to take that risk, you know, where there's only one card that you don't know out of Zenzo's hand. And there's also Score to help with that. And there's the Sphere Kuribo. I don't know if that Score was good there. Wait. 1000 plus 25, that is not 4000. So that was a good play, yeah. NA maths. You know, earlier I was talking about how I'm always correct with the maths. No. But Zenzo did have the only unknown card in his hand to be a hand trap, especially the Sphere Kuribo. So now Destiny Drop, well, I'm sure we will be seeing that that melody coming through. It just has to be that melody. Getting out that Livianeer, getting out that Advanced Dragon. We know he has plenty of fodder. We know he has a Dark. We know he has 2 OGs. Plenty of fodder. Roar Float, Dark Search. Necrofusion in the draw phase though. There are 2 light monsters currently. Are we going to see a Shuberta coming through? No, it's gonna be the Bloom Diva. Let's check that one animation one time. So graceful, like a flower. Bloom Diva, the Melodious Square. Bloom Prima. Trying to look at their arts. Like, yeah, there are flowers, but what kind of flowers are they? I think Prima is like an orchid. I'm not sure if that's the correct name in English, but the shoulder pads do look like that. And Bloom Diva, well, from this kind of angle, it's kind of hard to tell. And I also don't really know that name of the flower in my own language, let alone English. But yeah, it was the melody Destiny Draw, adding 2 Livianeers. Skill Prisoner. Thankfully not, you know, sounds like a breakthrough skill. Dark. Well, for this turn it's gonna be very hard to get rid of that Bloom Diva. You actually cannot get rid of that Bloom Diva on this turn. There's just no way. At the very least, you get rid of that Bloom Prima. Diva Prima. What are we waiting on? I mean, I know obviously what we are waiting on, but sheesh. Finally, the roar comes to life. And with that, what does Skill Prisoner do? That is a really good question. So let's read out Skill Prisoner and see exactly why it's such a problem for Thunder Dragons right now. So the first effect was activate. Target one card you control, which was the Bloom Diva. This turn, when any monster effect resolves that targeted that card at activation, negate that effect. So because of this, he is unable to go for any effect that can get rid of Bloom Diva by targeting. Well, we know Bloom Diva cannot be outed by battle or card effects. So something like an M7, which targets but returns, can get rid of that. However, Skill Prisoner will be negating it. And he can do that twice. He can do that twice now because of Skill Prisoner's second effect, which basically does the same thing. Literally does the same thing. So now, well, negating number 25 next. Who was number 25? Was that Zombie Stein? Yeah, perhaps. If it's Zombie Stein, that could be enough. Oh, focus. Oh. Yeah, that is a valid out there. Let's see if he's gonna do it. He has plenty of fodder in the grave for another Livineer summon. We know he did add a second one off of the Melody. Hawk is gonna be adding one level 6 to the field this way. If he has, and surely he does have a level 6 in the hand, because we know he added Roar back to hand from its own effect. Or Hawk. Unable to M7 currently, guys. There's still that Skill Prisoner. So it does have to be Force Focus. And there you go. There's the camera coming out, forcing off that Bloom Diva. Or it's actually interesting how he summoned it in defense, but I suppose it was to perhaps make Yasser think that he is fine to not activate Skill Prisoner, but Zenzo is just as fine, honestly, because, well, you know, as long as he has like a hand trap or, well, even Force Focus by itself is fine. But Soprano will be coming to the field now. Let's see what's going to happen. Oh, straight into battle. Alright. So this is gonna force, once again, the Force Focus effect. Meaning that in the next turn... Ooh. Okay, gets rid of the Force Focus. 100 life points. It's very close to that, but it is not death just yet. Alright, this could be the last turn. Zenzo has to get access to that M7. And there's the Livineer, first of all. Does banish the Dark. That means that he does get to add something like a Roar or a Hawk. Well, there is no more Hawks. And there could be one more Roar left, but considering he didn't, you know, banish any Roar, does add the trap anyway off of the Dark. Number 22, Zombie Stein. Alright, that's good for now. Does have a lot of cards in hand, does have the trap. Just, you know, trap locking you out in basically just Thunders means that you really have to rely on that Zombie Stein. And, well, you just have to hope that Yasser doesn't get a second Bloom Diva out. Well, no necrofusion to worry about. He did use one. Gets back the roar. The roars. Solo. Not the spell, but the monster. Zombie is gonna be negating. Oh no, is that a time limit loss? Yes, sir. Wins this duel, I guess. That's unfortunate. Zenzo did seem like he wasted a little of the timer. That's a little unfortunate. But for SEM, but Sunclan, you're more than fine with this win. I don't know if he got microwave, but it's probably safe to assume. Waiting to see if there's any call of a potential repeat, but Zenzo is back on the table, seemingly with no indication of a repeat. And okay, well, we will be going with another deck. My Valentine, alright. So just like in the previous week where he did play Thunder Dragon and Harpies, well, Harpies was to be expected. Yasser going first, 30 cards. Are we gonna see a solo? The spell, not the monster. Okay, I guess the monster. Solo the Melodious Songstress. Cannot spell Songstress without stress because this match is stressful. This matchup rather is stressful because it is. It could be Harpies. Mozarta. Specials the Soprano, which adds back the solo and intends to go for a fusion. Yes, we're gonna Russia I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm sorry, Raw, for butchering your name. No way he loses. Especially with that Schuberta. One set. Let's go. Hopefully that set is something along the lines of a skill prisoner. Something, you know, easily chainable, not like something like a necrofusion. Don't wanna waste your necrofusion this soon. Unless I guess you want to go for a second Schuberta. And well, we're gonna be seeing that necrofusion. And Stu gets the second Schuberta. That means that in no lifetime is Zenzo going to be able to trigger the Cyber Slash. Not in his lifetime. There was a slight delay. Most likely from the Schuberta, but I will remind you guys that another game has started on Clan up against XO, streamed by Mini Music and also guested by Gaiba, who was earlier in the chat. So say hello to him, guys, if you do intend to watch Clan versus XO. Quite a good match. 4-3 up against 3-4. XO has something to prove, and they could still make it to the playoffs by winning all 3 games. And CC does need those 2 wins at the very least. Now back to the game. There's the hunting ground, targeting itself, popping itself, chaining that Femur. Obviously, you do want that Tigris, that Feather Rest. Oh, never mind. He did discard Feather Rest for the Chandler. Well, that's kind of sad to see. Oh my god, is that a rank 4 with 3 materials? Are we gonna see the Thunder Spark? Yes, we will. Number 90 friggin' 1. Thunder Spark Dragon. Good night, bye, Shibertas. Detach 3, destroy everything else. Yeah, Shibertas will be chaining, but your board is gone. Yes, sir, your board is gone. Banish 3 spells. Following up with banishing the 3 monsters. Is not enough, buddy. Thunder Spark. Coming through. I was saying earlier, Cyber Slash, not in his lifetime will be activating her effect. Maybe because she will never come in on the field in the first place. It is simply not needed. Oh, wait. Okay, Yaster should be 1-0. But yeah, Zenzo, he is 1-1 only. This is his second deck, Harpies. He did go 1-1 with Thunder Dragoon. Another Red Ice one. Let's see. Solo, one set, one monster set. Yeah, that's actually a very good play, actually, getting that TTH live perhaps, if that could be an indicator of the set spell or trap. Could make Zenzo think that his set could be TTH, but there's only so many cards you can draw into if you're on 30 cards. Wait, is he on 30 cards? Okay, let's count, guys. NA math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 30 cards, yeah. With the 2 Shubertas in the grave. Harpist. This time around, its forbidden effect won't be activated. The one that, you know, on normal summon you return 2 monsters, you bounce them. I actually seen that happen like 2 weeks in Team Wars. That was really heartbreaking to see. Alright, destroys Solo that was face down. He can... what did he banish to fuse? He banished Mozarta and Soprano. So he has Chopina still left as one of the big girls. Hello guys, and thank you Punky for the host. Wow, that must have been a pretty short match. I believe only like around 2 hours. But thank you so much for the raid, and make sure to follow him, guys. He's a new streamer within Team Wars, and I hope he did have a very good stream. So yeah, thank you once again, and let's get back to the game. So for anyone who is here after that game, SEM did start quite strong with a 3-2 start from RedY, who was also playing and streaming at the same time, the man, the GOAT himself. And Minato did bring it back with Yasser slowly but surely trying to close the gap out. And Zenzo, the player of the week for the previous week, is trying to turn that around. Harpy Oracle can at least go into a Cyber Slash now, or attempt to at least. Malevolent Sin. Alright, even detaches for the Corbage. I like that. Can just say goodnight to that solo. No float for you. Have you ever seen a RP player use 3 extra deck monsters and none of them are white cards, only black cards? Quite cool. There is that breakthrough skill to deny that. Book a Moon in response. That face-up monster, because it's no longer face-up. Well, good night. See you later, Solo. Solo straight to the deck to be sent, and it's the end phase. Did I miss something in regards to... Well, he did add Solo back to hand and set it on the next turn, so... Well, next turn he can just switch the Spark Dragon to defense and get another material, and that way get rid of that second Solo. So it's only a matter of time for Zenzo, and he even has a Channeler follow-up for the next turn. Oracle, no effect, because, you know, all were banished. Banished. Alright, yes sir. 1 card to be top decked. Quite a few melodious monsters in the grave. So just a few more news on the game that did end up earlier. Duel Links Taiwan defeated hashtag 10-4. Quite the dominant win there. Although maybe to some to be expected. Duel Links Taiwan now being 6-2, so already kind of securing that playoffs record. Solo crashing into the Thunder Spark. Do remember that there is Chopina still left in the deck, which can get rid of that Corbage. All the 2 spells, 2 set of spells or traps. Surely we'll be seeing something along the lines of a Book of Moon for that Chopina. No crash for you, sir, and once again, setting up that Corbage. Can use the Forbidden effect. Well, used to be forbidden once upon a time where, you know, you used Corbage and you immediately went for game. But Corbage getting out its effect off, re-equipping the Malevolent Sin, and sending Chopina straight to the deck once again. Back to where she came from, off of that solo play. Why is the chat Spanish? I believe that is Portuguese actually. Not sure which Portuguese, like European Portuguese with Portugal or BRPT, but I guess it's not like there's many differences in the first place. It's like still the same language after all, right? Just regional differences. Summons that channel in order to, I guess, play around a potential TTH. Never mind, it's Zenzo's own turn. Still. Oh, Necrofusion. Oh, that's gonna change a lot of things around. A lot of things around, actually. You do have the Maestras in the grave, in the form of Schubertas. That is perfect fodder for your Bloom Diva. The Melodious Quar going onto the field. Oh, Forbidden Chalice. He summoned it in defense. Still easy enough to get rid of it with the Thunder Spark. Zenzo having the Chalice right there. Wow. Keeping it in hand. He didn't set anything, that was the card he drew. Amazing. Just amazing. Insane top deck, yeah. That did allow him to really seal the deal right there through a Necrofusion. Well done. Now to be waiting for the next Sun Clan player, for the second deck of Yasser to come in. And with that, let's get right into it once again. This should be the turning point, I believe, within this match. If Sun Clan wins, they have a real shot at you know, closing this gap. But if SEM wins and they do get that 6-3 scoreline, you've ran out of those first two counters, first two players that run that counter deck, and from there, well, SEM, they still have 3 players left in the back. So this, I believe, should be the deciding, or rather the turning point within this match. Let's see how it pans out. Going first is Zenzo. It will be the Perfumer as the starting card. Not a Chandler, but there is maybe a little hope left still for a Saw's Nest. Depends though. A little Yugi is not something you see every day. We'll be going for a rank 4 instead. Which will it be? Are we gonna see number 18? Yes, we will. Is he expecting the tie that binds Harpies? Now this is where some studying can come in real clutch, right? You want to study what Yasser is playing because it feels like he's on the lineup like every freaking week. And you want to see if you want to take that risk, right? If you are completely clueless, because there's still Gaia for Little Yugi. But if you did your homework and noticed that Yasser is indeed on Harpies, the tie that binds, well, you got rewarded for it, and Zenzo did exactly that. Yasser on Dinatherium, play around. Is that a real thing, Shells? Like, people actually main decking Dinatherium? It is a free special summon that is also a Beast Warrior. It's a Beast Warrior, right? Yeah, it's a Beast Warrior. Well, not sure how much that matters, but yes, it does play around though, that heraldry, but yeah, he did predict that very well. It's always a joy to see teams that do their homework and do these little plays, these risky plays that appear to us, right, as the viewers, but they are, you know, in control, in SEM's control. And with that, Chandler will be activating Chaining Bukamoon onto the heraldry. Yeah, I guess Yasser wanted to give Zenzo a few more hopes before he activated that Bukamoon, because Chandler will be coming down to the field. Sorry, Perfumer will be coming down to the field. Welcome guys, Needson, Lucas. Hope you guys are enjoying this match. This is a very important match, and as I said at the beginning of this duel, it's also a very important duel because it's gonna decide the outcome of the whole war, in my opinion. If Sun Clan wins, they have once again that chance to come back and waste one more counter from SEM. While if SEM wins, well, Sun Clan should have little to no choices available left still in the deck, while SEM does have to get that luxury to pick which do they want. So Egotist, that was searched by the Perfumer. Let's see if that could prompt something from Zenzo. There are 3 level 4 monsters on the field, so if you intend to go into that synchro, you still remain with 1, meaning obviously that Soul's Nest is live. I wonder if there is like a quick play spell or a normal trap that is able to, you know, flip a monster face up. If there was, I'm sure it would have been played in like all this time since Book of Moon emerged. But it would be interesting to see like an anti-Book of Moon kind of card. Like you see your opponent with the Heraldry Patriarch, you want to book it, and then they suddenly flip up their spell or trap that flips it back face up, and well, there you go. Glyph, out of all things. Gonna be forcing out that Book of Moon, and with that, well, this kind of looks like game over. Depends if Yasser has one more, or not even one more on it. Oh yeah, there is one more, yeah. My bad. So yeah, if there is any spell or trap that can make quick work of that that Heraldry, now it could be a good time for it once you go into that Cyber Slash. Oh, good to see you around, Virus. It's been a while. Let's go, Sun Clan. Give us your energy, chat. Yes, sir, is making and happening. Doing the Glyph play and getting rid of that Heraldry Patriarch. He's gonna go for one himself. And because of the tie that binds, it's sufficiently big to get rid of Zenzo's own Heraldry. So now Zenzo, I don't know, buddy. I don't know how many cards you have in hand. You have to deal with that while also establishing your own board. And that's all it's gonna be. Just one monster and two set spells or traps. Do we know any of them? We do not know any of them. Yeah, everything is in its place as it should be. So now, well, just alone on the board should be game. Still, two level 4 monsters can go for that Synchro Summon. You would want to go for that, but Zenzo will be denying it. We're gonna see something like another Soul's Nest, no. But even then, you're still in a very good position still. Like, you forced Book of Moon on Perfumer, not even the Patriarch. So right now, thankfully it was a Harpist, so you can get that Channeler, rely on any Harpy top deck, and hope that your face down is another Book of Moon. That will be the last one. No Trap in the Grave. Feather Rest. Yeah, that was the unknown card we didn't know he had. Yeah, we didn't know he had it. Alright, well, Destiny draw into something didn't quite work out for Zenzo. In other words, I guess it's game. Flipping the Perfumer back to face up once again. Finally allowing for that first Cyber Slash of the duel to come here. Feather Rest. I mean, this is game in so many ways. Yes, sir. Very well played towards the beginning. Oh, even the Oracle. Well, thanks to the Tide Binds, even Oracle now swing for game is lethal, so. Not to mention any subsequent Soul's Nest that he could have drawn into to, you know, mass change your own Oracle into another attack. There was a channel face down that he did search, and I mean, it's gonna need like a drawing at this point to do anything. Historic Party, sadly it's not gonna do much here. Heraldry is the GOAT. No matter how many Harpy monsters you summon, Heraldry is gonna select his Cyber Slash and get rid of everything. Or. Either or. Yes, sir. Takes the dub. The very important dub, might I add. And does shut down Zenzo and his past successes. Is that even a real word? Successes is not a real word. It's only success. With that, maybe we can return once again to the graphics. And we can take a look at the groups actually for this. So this is one of the two matches that is happening within the first group, the other being Pharaohs up against Divine, and this one means a lot to both teams. So both of the teams are 4 and 3, but do note that SEM is 5th seeded within the division. That could be an indicator to the fact that the division was pretty hard for all of the teams, and we also know that in Sun Clan's division they are tied in record with Claw Clan as well as Rookies, and Rookies are on 5th place. So the first 5 teams from both of these divisions that these two teams are a part of are 4 and 3 or better. In other words, it's a really stacked group out of 2 really stacked divisions. So yeah, we just have to wait and see how that turns out for both. So both of the teams are looking for this very important win, because it can assure you that they would need one more win between Pharaohs or Divine to advance to that playoffs contention record of 6 and 4. Hopefully with a couple more RD though, because at times 6 and 4 did not make it due to low RD. Speaking of Pharaohs and Divine, it's gonna be later on today at 5 PM EDT on the main channel, and it's gonna be a 7-0 facing an 0-17. So make sure to be there, guys. See if Divine can get their first win against Pharaohs, or Pharaohs to continue dominating their undefeated streak of wins from the main season. And with that, we are still waiting for the next player from SEM to come in. So have a little patience, guys. Take a little break, 1 minute break. Get a little snack, get a little drink, make yourself comfy. Plenty of Team Wars action, not just for this day, but also for tomorrow. Tightly spread all across today and tomorrow. Mostly early mornings. But yeah, we will be having Grimjaw join us onto the table. And let's see what's he got. We'll be coming in hot with that Yami Yugi. I'm actually not as familiar with what Grimmjow plays as opposed to some of the other players. But I suppose something that could have a better matchup against Harpies, like I guess Gaia. I'm actually not quite sure about this matchup. Let me check the meta analysis real quick. So Gaia is sporting a 37.5% win rate against Harpies. 15 wins to 25 losses. It's gonna be interesting to see how this turns out. Monka Ice. Does at the very least start with the combo, which is a very good sight to see. I think this is actually in the favor of Gaia the more I think about it. Look at it this way, right? Regular Gaia against regular Harpies has a hard time due to that Harpies hunting ground. But when you take that Harpies hunting ground out of the equation, or rather, not completely out of the equation, we don't know if Yasser main decks it. But there is that less worrying fact that they have to search the hunting ground with the perfumer. They could start with hunting ground in the hand, which can be bad for you, but at the same time that's one less card for you to be worried about. And well, obviously Dragonfire can also attribute to some of that thanks to his field of destroying effect. What a random effect, by the way, just being able to destroy a field spell. And there's a few cards that have this random effect to just destroy field spells, like Burning Land comes to mind. Obviously there is also some anime implication from that with the Burning Land, but I don't know, always seems a little weird. Alright, Harpist coming to the field, very interesting. I'm actually curious to see, well, not anymore, but if Yasser is to win this match, this duel rather, maybe we can get to see that forbidden effect of Harpist. Read this bullet. When this card is normal sound, you can target one winged beast type monster you control other than this card and one face a monster your opponent controls. Return them to the hand. Forbidden effect, the effect you never activate. Just like Chandler's level 7 switch. You know, thinking about it, there's a lot of forbidden effects in this deck. You know, the one that comes to mind the most is number 91 Thunderspark Dragon. The second effect, where you detach 5 monsters. Yeah guys, it was from hand, meaning that, you know, still not looking very good for Yasser's rest of hand. We can probably safely assume that there is either one more lady or he may have misclicked, but he did think for quite a bit about the Egoist, so I'm gonna take the misclicks out of the equation at this point. Yasser is a very good player. I'm sure something like a misclick is out of the equation completely at this point. But, well, there's now there's the option for Gaia to do their things, or perhaps not. Cyber Slash emerging onto the field. Grimmjow easily can just activate the Gaia right here and now, get rid of it before any spell or trap ensues, especially that I was gonna say Feathered, but there is no targets. Harpist Indian face. Is there a way to use Spark Giant Forbidden Effect in Duel Links? That is a good question. It is a rank 4 monster. There are a couple rank 3 monsters that you can use to rank up into rank 4. There's that one monster that is usually used to summon Rongominia, but I don't quite remember the name. If you could somehow summon... I don't know if it even works though with HeyZZys, but I have no clue honestly. HeyZZy Flames, not me. I know the names are pretty similar. Alright, yes, so show us what you got. Chalice did reset the attack once again. That means one more pop, and still 2 more spells or traps to deal with. We know he's running Glyph, but the normal summon will be the Channeler. Saw's Nest could still do some waves. However, it's gonna be pretty hard. At this point, maybe there's a little too much disruption for Yasuo to handle. Is there a DDD player in... we haven't seen thus far, but maybe. Just gotta be on that hopium. TTH, by the way, onto the field, resolves. Oh my god, I feel so bad for Yasuo, man. Feather Rest for 1. You don't have a normal summon. I guess you do draw into a spell or trap, but man. Any Dragon Mirror top deckers in the chat? Duel Links turning into a single player game. I believe that's no longer the case considering Trinade got banned and, you know, we turned back to a multiplayer game. But it will be the win for Grimjo. Now at this point, only have 2 players remaining if you're Sun Clan, between Turboman and Marty. And Turboman has been quite clutch for Sun Clan. I'm curious to see if they will be keeping him in the back for this one and send Marty first. Get rid of Grimjo's Gaia. I don't know, guys. We'll just have to wait and see how this goes. It actually will be Marty who will be coming with us. So let's get right into it. It is a French showdown between the 2 of Marty and Grimjo. Oh, Seto Kaiwa. Alright, we should be seeing some Blue Eyes action, right guys? There's that 10 extra deck, there's that Ultimate Dragons. Grimjo going first. Dragon Knight's Path. Do keep in mind, guys, that for this week, obviously because the balance and skill changes were implemented successfully, well, you do have to return the monster, so no longer required to send that pesky screenshot every match. There have been streaks in the past 2 weeks with Gaia, and the boys really just had to send a screenshot like after every duel. You'd see like 7-8 screenshots sent in a row. But yeah, does have the combo once again, which is very good for Grimjo. Any 2 set spells or traps? Yes, once again, 2 of them. Normal summon Winestone, alright. That is where a Sage could be coming in clutch. in an attempt to perhaps bait Gaia's effect. This white stone being sent to the grave is good either way, because you do get to have that Dragon Spirit of White banish the field spell. And one only set Swallow Trap. It's alright, I guess, but let's see how Grimmjow counteracts to this banish of the field spell. Banishing the field spell is the correct hit here. You do not want your opponent to have a lot more top decks than he should. You could easily play through those spells or traps from the side of Grimmjow. And speaking of giving your opponent less top decks, well, this is the exact top deck that Grimmjow would have loved to see alongside the Dragon's Mirror. And there's the Karma Cut. That's really good. It's gonna banish, or rather attempt to banish the Dragon Fire. Waiting and waiting. What are we waiting on? The TDH. That's fair. This does mean that unless the face down is a mirror, a Dragon's Mirror. Can it even be a Dragon's Mirror for game in this instance? I don't know, but Blue Eyes from the hand. That's very well for Mark. Oh, I love this song. This OST, really nice. This is when shit gets rough. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, we could be seeing, not this turn, however, because he did activate the skill. Until the end of your next turn, you can only summon one of the falling monsters, so no Exceed for now. Or rather, can you summon the Gaia? Oh really? You cannot summon Gaia, the Dragon, Thunder Dragon Charger? Really? That's bull, bro. I actually never noticed this because, like, it never really comes up. That's weird. The chatting stream shows your app. Yep, that's that's intended. Dragon Spirit of White back to hand after banishing the Ancients. That could be used as fodder for another discard trap that could be set right now. Straight into battle. Doesn't want to go into Gaia, the Magical Land of Dragons. I guess it's kind of scary, right? Just you see the guy turning to attack. It's obvious as day that it is Chalice, and you know you probably don't want to crash just yet. There's Chalice. Not sure why. I guess you want to play around Ultimate Providence in a case like this, but sadly it's not gonna matter much in the end. Dragon's Mirror, okay dude. Grimmjow on some top decks today. Just in the previous turn we saw the guy at the Magical Knight. Albeit it was disrupted by the Karma Cut. I mean, I guess an eye for an eye. Oh, what the forbidden effect being activated? Spiral Spear Strike added to the hand. Post nerf, a lot of the players seemed to have dropped the Spiral Spear Strike due to, not being very fun to play with a 3 cards starting hand in a deck where you have to return a monster in order to play your deck. But in cases like this, it's a really good card because you can gain so much advantage off of it, and considering Blue Eyes' position to, always rely on those 2-card combos, it can, accelerate you to that very good win of yours. In the previous turn, he did discard the Dragon Spirit of Void that he did add. Jumping Gaia off the top. He did discard the Gateway of Chaos, so that must have meant that the other monster is... Oh my god, it was Soldier? It was Soldier? Grinjo! I guess he's just gonna, play it safe, not risk the Soldier. Keep the Soldier in case there is a third Karma Cut or perhaps a Rigeki Break, or Ultimate Providence can still be an issue. It's always that spell speed 3. Can we see his deck after? We are unable unless he shares it himself. We will be seeing a Blue Eyes, thankfully, coming down to the field. Soldier will be tributing the Sky Galloping Gaia, will be turning the Blue Eyes to defense this way. And for the next turn, he can tribute itself to add the third Gaia Magical Knight. Of course, he can also do it now by adding, itself. He did add the Curse of Dragonfire in the previous turn. Who's the better baguette? Yeah, it is the French showdown between Marty and Grimjow. And so far, well, we thought Marty was in control. Well, Grimjow... Absurd top decks. One after the other. And with that, now we enter the battle phase with the field spell up. This means game. 100 by the way. There's 100 pierce damage. Even the origin, dude, come on. Alright guys, that was... Well, let me just say I need to wash my hands after I witnessed that. Okay, we will be seeing a repeat once again from Sun Clan. So let's hope we're not gonna see a repeat of what just happened in this game. All right, score is updated. Should be commencing soon for a rematch between Blue Eyes and Gaia. Wish I actually saved the meta-analysis on the graphics scene to see just a little more about this matchup, but we will be having to resort to just my words. So Gaia is favored by literally one game, 5-4. Not sure about how some of these matches of previous matches went, but currently we are on that 5-5. So it's 50-50. This is a game to decide it. So let's go. Cards of Consonance, discarding the Legend. Add one Blue Eyes Void Dragoon, and there we see the second one. So I guess Marty wins this one. Cap. Any Sage? Alright, that's just as good. We'll be seeing the Blue Eyes to be summoned straight from the deck. Most likely an Ancient's face down. Not a whole lot of monsters you can set in this deck, and because he did reveal the Legend still, just earlier, it's most likely the Ancient. There we see the Field Spell. It's such good music. Gaia. Let us see. Karma Cut. Goodbye, Dragonfire. This card is the Ancient as well. Did this man just start with 3 Ancients somehow? Or rather finished his turn. I think it's a better way to put it. Did he finish his turn with like 3 Ancients? In his grave hand field? Marty, what's up, bro? Like, did you guys switch APKs or something? Keppa? Alright, entering the battle. There's the 3rd Ancients. Are we gonna see Dragon Spirit of White as well? Of course. At this point, really, you can just target one of the back rows. It's like, you really don't have to go for that Gaia field spell. You want to ensure you're winning on the next turn if you're Marty. So there's quite a couple of ways you do get to win. Like, you could definitely go safe here and just banish the field spell. But we do know Grimjow is running a 2nd one. Not like it matters much, but that Chalice could have been a better hit, but still is decent. Sage with Eyes of Blue onto the field. In this instance, you can actually opt to go for Vermilion. And indeed he will. Dragon Mech, banish a Sage, destroy that pesky set, Swallow Trap, or the field spell. He probably did this because there seemingly was no delay coming from the side of Grimjow. So maybe, just maybe, he's fine with getting rid of the field spell in case for some odd reason he doesn't win this turn. But yeah, fusing for the Twin Burst, and this is gained in like, you know, million ways. So it will go to the death, to the sudden death rather, for the Frenchies here. Who's knocking on outside at like 7 PM? Like for construction? Weird. Score is still very tight though, and can easily turn and just bounce back into Sunclan's favor. Just gonna have to wait and see. I heard the Sensei versus Garuda match did start with a 5-0 lead from Sensei, but Garuda climbed back 4 wins. That was a little while ago though. And we will be set to see a Blue Eyes potentially against Harpies. I don't know Grimjow much for being a champion, but I think he actually does play a lot of champions, doesn't he? Like in a previous meta, I think he was like one of the selected Chinese players, but I don't know. It's been a few weeks since I've seen an SEM match. Siege into set 2. It's actually such a hard setup to deal with. Setting 1 monster, alright, Gringel. So he doesn't want to... I guess he just doesn't have the necessary Soul's Nests or even a discard if you had Channeler in hand. Could very well just have a Harpist in hand. Okay, we're gonna see normal summon Ancients. Do you want to go into Princess Sprite here? It's gonna force back row, that's for certain. Yeah, and Grinjaw thinks better of it and must not let the Princess Sprite resolve. So for anyone unfamiliar, Princess Sprite, you can detach 1, excavate the top card of your deck. If it's a spell trap, you add it. If not, you send it to the grave. So it's a very useful effect, not just to, you know, get rid of your level 1 monsters in case you do not have a level 8 monster to synchro with on the field, but also this added benefit of either milling the Ancients or adding an Ancient Rules to unbrick yourself perhaps, but Karma Cut to be coming into Grimjaw's way, but Soul's Nest will be saying no. Channeler, chip it for perhaps another Channeler. Oh, Perfumer. This is one of the moments you may look back on the match, right, if you're SunClan or if you're SEM, and you're gonna be thinking, huh, maybe he just didn't have the fodder for Channeler. Either way though, it's fine that he did it now. Yep, just Karma Cut everything. Does have one Ancient effect. He could have another if the if this Princess Sprite does successfully resolve. Ooh, Hysteric Party. Channeler. Double Channeler, okay. Then you're not gonna look back on this and look perhaps if he didn't have a Harpy in hand, because he did have one in hand. I'm expecting the discard to come soon, and with that, I guess game, right? Surely he must have another spell trap. Dweller as well. Oh yeah, that's a very good highlight. You do want to get rid of these two channels because they are attached to Hysteric Party. But instead it will be the Cyber Slash. So I'm assuming he's got something like an Egotist. Yep. He did add Egotist. I did miss that. Well, the showdown ended in Grimjaw's favor, and with that, it will be putting SunClan onto their last player, Turbo Man. With that being said, guys, if you do enjoy, once again, Team Wars, make sure to drop a follow, be it on the Twitch channel, be it on Twitter or the YouTube. Make sure to join out the Discord server. We have our whole base of operations there. Make sure every match is going well, has a streamer, has all the good stuff for the viewers to enjoy. Where can we see the decks? We are unable to share any decks here at Team Wars, unless it's the final S's decks. So you may have to just ask the players themselves for the deck lists being used. It's actually quite hard to come by, not gonna lie, of deck lists from this Team Wars format, right? Because there's not a whole lot of tournaments that utilize this format. It's more suitable for leagues, and you know, side is just a little better in tournaments. Alright boys, someone is coming down to the table. Who could he be? It is the one and only Turbo Man. Is he able to climb back 5 wins straight for the reverse sweep comeback in order to grant SunClan the first win within this very tough group featuring SEM and Pharaohs, or is Grimjaw, or even Ulako or Hyoko able to close it out? We're gonna have to wait and see right now. After a long wait, we do see Harpies to be sent in. Usually when you are the last player and you are on quite the deficit, you would want to get the best deck, right? You're not gonna play Lunalight if you, for example, had Lunalight, you're gonna play Harpies because you cannot afford to switch to that second deck. You want to continue playing with Harpies, so if you are to lose the first game, well, you don't have the repeat anymore, but when you do have the repeat available, you do want to keep that in mind. With that being said, Chandler for Turbo, very good turn 1 here. Feather rest. One, still 3 cards left in hand. It will be just the one set spell trap. Chandler of his own, Green Joe says right back at you, but Turbo does have the Cyber Slash to potentially return. Egoist to the hand. This way, in case there is something like a TTH, I guess you do force, you do like, I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. Like, it's kind of weird to think of it like, yeah, okay, you just force Turbo to activate Cyber Slash here, which means his spell trap may just be unusable. We didn't see any delay, I think, in this chain, so not even Grinchao, you could say, has that swallows. Let's take a look at Turboman's graveyard real quick. So one of the cards that usually doesn't give off any delay on this board, so we need to get into our legally cheating mindset. So we do have no level 4 on the field and no Harpy in the grave. That could mean one of two things. This set spell trap is a Soul's Nest or a Hysteric Party. Cyber Slash, returning the Cyber Slash, Oracle, summoning Oracle, and well, If Grimjaw did manage to draw into a Soul's Nest, this would be the best time. I see a little delay here. And there's the Soul's Nest. Grimjaw. You could say this was a decent hand. There was no Soul's Nest involved. Just literally Chandler and Chandler from both sides. That's literally what happened. And well, Turbo was on the receiving end, and it's going to be the 9th scoreline. Monka S. No repeat being available is quite rough. So SEM on match point here. And it will be actually Yuzu to attempt to do it all. Not the best of matchups. It is not in Turboman's favor. It's also once again the big build that SunClan has utilized, in contrast to SEM, who... Well, we've only seen one user from SEM, which was Red Y, who played 29 cards. We'll at least have a good starter with first movement solo. Solo going for the score, meaning he immediately intends to end on just Chopina, right? Or I guess Matsara get the Soprano on the field, get back score, and fuse with a hand trap in hand. Man, Matsara is a big girl. Or rather, her dress is like really big in comparison to how she is shaped, I guess. Musicians are speaking hieroglyphics, man. I'm looking at first movement Soul's art and it's literally like hieroglyphics. Gonna have to look at the trivia page for the first movement Soul afterwards. Anyway, Schuberta, the only card that does have the advantage over Harpies. Let's see, is there a Necrofusion to perhaps go into another Schuberta? No, but it's something that can be argued to be even better with Skilled Prisoner. It's gonna be very huge here, because for Harpies, well, it's gonna be pretty hard to get over a potentially 3000 Schuberta that just cannot be targeted. And not just that, but we know he has a hand trap in hand as well. In other words, I think Grimjaw has nothing to do for like 2 turns, unless he goes for the Thunder Spark. So let us see how that unfolds. Channeler activating. Discards the Feather Rest. That's gonna be a pretty sad hit. I mean, it kind of depends. I don't know. Regardless, does add the Egotist, so we'll be setting up for that that Thunder Spark, I'm assuming. Unless somehow he manages to get like 200 more attack in addition to the Lady 1 boost. Post balance, that's no longer possible to, you know, just double Egotist after having Cyber Slash on the field. But he will actually go for it. Alright. Alright. Okay, so he, you know, chooses to play safe. Chooses to play for a longer game. Doesn't want to, you know, go for the Thunder Spark immediately and lose to a Necrofusion top deck or anything else. Another solo, like, it's the better play long term. Big silence. Any dots in the chat? Okay, it will be 1-2 sets from the side of Turbo. Straight into battle. You're gonna see the Book of Moon. It's gotta be. Is attacking. Alright, there's the Book of Moon. Okay. So Turbo now should be inclined to activate Shibata here, because, well, Shibata, well, she can activate only once while face up on the field. Well, if it's face down, turning back to face up, you have another one. Although that is only applicable if it does get to live for the next turn, because she does only gain attack, not defense, and she can get knocked out by the Cyber Slash. Hysteric Party though. Oh man. Oh man, that's such a big play. This forces out the Skill Prisoner, where Grinja really had no business trying to force that. And Hysteric Party offers such a good follow-up. Wow. Can get over the Shibata by battle. If he has any other quick play, he can get to return whatever Necrofusion summoned monster he brings to the extra deck. MST immediately. Will Grinjo return? Do you remember there is the hand trap still? On turn 1, we have seen the hand trap being added. Thus, it makes the most sense for Grinja to return the Shibata back to the extra deck. Also, mask changing into what could be an Oracle, what could be a Perfumer. Probably an Oracle, because I'm not sure if there's any Perfumer target left. And with that, any monster. Oh, it will be the Egotist that was added previously. Right. And well, I mean, he's gotta stop the Cyber Slash attack, but... Oh, Was that no delay? No delay whatsoever. And Grinjao manages to finally close out the game after a humongous 5-1 streak, being just sent in and making quick work of the next players after getting destroying Yasser. So 10-5, quite the decisive win for SEM. This is, I believe, their 4th win in a row. After having started with a rough series of losses, they managed to really climb back, and SoundClan, this is the 3rd loss in a row for them. They did start 4-1, going 2, then winning 2, and then now losing 3 straight, and quite decisively too. Yeah, ultimately it was a very good game played by both sides, and well, we can return to the graphics just this once for checking the featured. So SoundClan managed to win their first encounter 10-5, and SEM lost in that, and now, well, they returned the favor from Season 9. But yeah, that's gonna be it with this match. Thank you guys so much for watching, and there's a lot of Teamworks action for these days, so make sure to stay tuned and watch the groups as well. Thank you as well to RedY for streaming this game in Chinese, and yeah, I'm gonna be starting a raid, I guess, or rather a host directly. Make sure to follow if you didn't follow previously doing Steamworks, the Twitch channel. If you enjoy what we do, please make sure to check out and drop a follow. And yeah, with that being said, I'm out, and we can host where's live matches? Okay, let's go for the host. See you around, guys.